Hey, it is Aliki here and I have just finished my 6-week trip around Colombia, so I'm super excited to share with you my absolute favorite places in Colombia. I will also mention a few other places that I visited and they just didn't make my top 6, but they are definitely worth visiting and I'm just gonna comment a bit on that after. I will also look at the whole safety issues and concerns that people usually have, because you can't just generalize a place by being safe or dangerous. There is so much more detail that goes into it, and that also goes hand in hand with the cost of living, so I'm just gonna cover those two things after. Okay, so without further ado, let's start with my absolute favorite place in Colombia, which is Salento. Salento is a really cute town up in the mountains. It's a part of the big coffee triangle in Colombia, so you definitely need to do a coffee tour there. A must do is Cocora Valley hike. The valley is just absolutely stunning. You will find the tallest palm trees there and you can enjoy absolutely amazing views. Before we continue, I just want to say that I'm an absolute nature lover. I love hiking, I love adventures. So this top of my absolute favorite places are probably more for people who love the same things as I do, because if you are planning to do just like a proper backpacking party trip, then probably your top 6 is going to be a bit different. My second favorite is Minca. It's again a little town up in the mountains, but it's by the Caribbean coast, so it's much warmer there, and it's just a really wonderful place where to do, go hiking, rent a motorbike and go around with a motorbike. You will find some amazing waterfalls there. I mean, it's a place there is so much to do, and we only stayed there for a few days, but I think if there is one place I wish I could have stayed longer, it's Minca. So moving away from little mountain towns, my absolute favorite city, big city in Colombia, is definitely Cartagena. It's so pretty. The actual old town, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is absolutely incredibly beautiful. Every balcony is just a piece of art. It's so easy just to, wander around the old town and enjoy the amazing ambience. The next place on my list, Guatape, is a must-do in Colombia because the iconic Peñol rock is there, and just to do the hike up there and see the beautiful views of the lakes around it is just absolutely an incredible experience. Another must-do in Colombia is the Tayrona Park. It's one of the most amazing natural national parks in Colombia. It's the place where the beach meets the jungle. The beaches there are incredible, and the hikes to get to the beaches are amazing too. Another amazing place you have to add to your list is Bogota. If you are flying to Colombia, most probably you're gonna fly to Bogota because it's the capital, it has the biggest, best airport, and I know a lot of people only kind of spend there a day and then just to get to another places, but I think Bogota is definitely worth visiting for a few more days. Bogota holds so much history and culture, and I think it is a great place where to learn about Colombia in general. I highly recommend doing a free walking tour or a paid tour and learn more about the city and Colombia in general. So these were my absolute favorite places in Colombia. I highly recommend you putting them on your list. You probably, if you have researched, about Colombia and what to visit, you might be surprised why I didn't include Medellin on the list. But it's because I think people confuse Medellin with El Poblado. El Poblado is a district in Medellin, and El Poblado is amazing. Yes, it has like rooftop bars and restaurants and parties from Monday until Sunday. But Medellin and Medellin Centro is so different. It's actually, I think, one of the most dangerous places for me. Like, I wouldn't like to wander around Medellin Centro on my own, even during the day, where El Poblado is just like this super safe district for tourists. So I think it's really important why you are going to Colombia. If you're going, to party, then Medellin, El Poblado is an excellent location. But if you're more like me and you want to see places and you want to like be more by the nature and party is not really your top one priority, then Medellin is a place where you could go for a few days, but like don't have too much expectations for it. But that's just a super personal opinion. Another place we stayed at was Santa Marta, and although Santa Marta is maybe not the top place to visit in Colombia, it's really good to get to other places, so to Minca, to Tayrona Park, to Palomino. So I think it's a really good location, and staying there for a few days is definitely fun. There are so many good food places and just like a really cool like Caribbean beach atmosphere. So I can't highlight anything extremely specific about Santa Marta to see or visit, but I think it's a very good location from where to plan your other trips. Okay, so safety. I feel like safety concerns has been such a massive thing for everyone planning to come to Colombia, but I feel like what you read online before preparing for the trip and what you face actually in Colombia are two different things. So I feel like people usually like online to just put the negativity, so you're kind of a bit worried before coming to Colombia. You don't know what to expect. You feel like it's like this extremely dangerous place, but I can tell you, once we arrived, once we experience a few places and cities, it's completely different story. As long as you have a common sense, and the locals have a saying, don't give a papaya. So if you don't show off with your expensive cameras and phones and like not wearing expensive jewelry, and if you just have a common sense, then you will be completely fine. I think the biggest mistake is just to generalize the whole country or the whole city. Every city has good neighborhoods and bad neighborhoods. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through the places I've been to, and I'm gonna put them from the safest to least safest, so you kind of can get the feel. Again, this is purely my personal experience, my personal opinion, but this is how I would put them. I would put Salento, Minca, and Guatape in like a one sector as like the safest places to visit in Colombia, because I feel like any little town that is outside the big cities, that are like up in the mountains or just like outside the big city, are safe and okay to travel, even for solo female travelers. Like, those places are amazing, safe, and obviously they are amazing, like you should visit them. Then after that I will put Cartagena, because in Colombia it's like the more touristic the place is, safer it is, and Cartagena is super touristic. So that's probably, for me, was like the safest big city in Colombia. Funny enough, actually, the only time I almost got robbed, it was in Cartagena. But despite that, still, I feel like Cartagena is the safest place, the safest big city in Colombia. And you see, this is where the Medellin situation is gonna come in. So Medellin, El Poblado district, I would say is like the second safest place I've been in Colombia. But Medellin Centro, I would put like the most dangerous place in Colombia I've been to, because I wouldn't have felt comfortable walking there alone, especially like later in the evening. Actually, I wouldn't walk there in the evening. Even during the day, I felt a bit uncomfortable. So yeah, Medellin, definitely the most dangerous place in Colombia I've been to, but Medellin, El Poblado district, like fairly safe. And then cities like Bogota, Pereira, and Santa Marta, I'm gonna put like in between, but like a bit more to the dangerous side, because they are just like big cities and pickpockets happen and robberies happen. And I feel like as long as you have a common sense, you will be completely fine. Just watch your bag, just be a bit more cautious in those cities, and just in general, yeah, in big cities in Colombia, just be a bit more cautious. So cost of living and safety goes hand in hand. So more touristic the place, more safer the place, more expensive it is going to be. So Cartagena was definitely the most expensive city in Colombia, and then like Bogota was much cheaper, and other places were definitely cheaper than Cartagena. I have put together a video of 25 things you need to know before coming to Colombia. It covers weather, entry requirements, visas, vaccines, all things you need to know before coming to Colombia. So if you are actually planning a trip to Colombia, I highly recommend you to watch the video. The link will be somewhere up here, or I'm actually gonna put the link in the description too. If you like this video, please give it a like. I would really appreciate it. And please, if there is any other place I have missed out that is absolutely wonderful and people need to see, put down in the comments, so people who are planning to go to Colombia, they can read the comments and they can add a few other places on their list. I have a video on each place mentioned in this video. I have a whole Colombian travel playlist on my channel, so if you want to find out more specific about each place, make sure to check it out and subscribe to not miss out on my new videos. We actually have just arrived to Ecuador, and from tomorrow we're gonna start to explore Ecuador. We are in Quito now, so I'm gonna have the whole new Ecuador travel section on my channel. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure to subscribe to my channel.